This is Zwift, and this is my story of how I will leave E rank behind me and level up all the way to become an A rank adventurer. After the humiliating defeat in my first race, I had two massive goals for my second. The first was simple: don't come last. But even more importantly, I challenged my old rival, Mr. Bernie. Now, we've competed in almost every game we've ever played, and given that we had both just started Zwift and were firmly in E rank, this was my perfect opportunity to take him down. I knew how important a good start was. How'd you get away?
Good fly. We're good though. Alright, settle into my work.
Bernie said he was starting slow. Now I, on the other hand, had other ideas. The pace was fast, and after the first minute and a half or so, I was still hanging on to the lead group. But Bernie, he was already 5 seconds back.
Sheesh, the boys are gone. See you later.
This is f***ing tough. I'm like falling off this group. In my head, I knew that if I could just hold this pace, I could widen that gap and he'd never see me again.
I've ditched the Aussie. I'm just going solo.
Gonna catch up? Gonna dig deep?
I'll get there. You'll fall off, mate. Don't worry.
I couldn't believe it. He was taunting me this early on. All I had to do was hang on to the back of this group, and there was no way he could catch me on his own. I mean, he was already 10 seconds back. Bernie was surely done for. But as we neared the top of the final climb, the lead group had found another gear, and a gear that I just didn't have. They had left me for dead. Once again, I was out on my own with my heart rate quickly approaching 180.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But then, at the top of the hill, something I didn't think would ever be possible happened.
Get on the wheel, mate. We're going.
My old rival had become my savior, and Bernie and I had entered a temporary alliance to get through this race together. He took the tow down the hill and through the flat, and with the featherweight power-up I had saved, I took over the next hill to pull him back up. We were actually working well together, rotating the lead. What's your heart rate?
170.
You can also see this as an indicator as when we get in and out of drafting by the way our characters straighten their arms. We were keeping an eye on Smitty, someone that we did not want to interfere with our P8 and P9 position.
At least Smitty's not clutching anymore.
What?
But he's on a charge. Oh, well, I'm gassed, man.
2Ks to go, come on! We got this. But always in the back of my mind, I knew that we both wanted to beat each other so badly in this race. And as we were coming to the close of this race, I was doing absolutely everything to slow down my heart rate and leave enough for the sprints. But honestly, I had so much nervous energy, I'd reached 184 beats per minute before I even decided to go. And then...
Come on, Jonas, go on it. So he's also strong, but you kill it, you kill it. Go on, so proud of you. Still the line, Jonas, still the line, every second counts.
good.
With that, we had done it. Not last, and I'd taken my first point on Bernie. So if I bring up the results, you can see I averaged 174 watts over the 19.9 kilometers. But Bernie had put in a bit more work than me of 192 watts over the session. That's one, because he's got about 10 kgs on me. I'm riding at 75 kgs right now. But also, he needed to use a lot more power to catch up to me solo at the beginning of the race. Now, something I've learned is just how important it is to hold onto the wheel and stay in the draft as long as humanly possible. You end up saving so much power, and I sort of did that leading up to our sprint finish, which was a bit cheeky, but hey, we got the W, and this would be my first point in the Bernie Shaw E-Rank Cup of Doom. But this moment of success and triumph would be short-lived, because the next day we would go head-to-head in an FTP ramp test. Now, FTP stands for your functional threshold power, and it's basically an estimation of how many watts you can hold for an hour. So the higher, the better. Now, whoever designed this ramp test is just completely sick in the head. Basically what happens is you start cycling at 100 watts, and then each minute it gets harder until you can just not pedal any longer. Your legs, lungs, and heart are all screaming for you to stop. Now, not surprisingly, I started out okay. Alright, this is the third set. Heart rate's already at 140, not a good sign. Try to stick around 80 cadence. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. Listening to the Elder Scrolls soundtrack right now. Some motivation. Kind of feels like I'm questing. But questing has never hurt so much in my life. I don't know about steadily upwards. I'm sitting at 160. I feel like I'm already upwards. Definitely got the producing part covered. Don't worry about that. 220 feels way harder than 200. And by the end of 240 and going into 260, I was in serious trouble. Oh, it's getting so heavy all of a sudden. And it's gonna get heavier. Oh, that's, that's real heavy. Oh. Ah, 30 seconds. I'm near max. Ah. Ah. I sound like I'm pooing. Fuck. Come on. Oh my god! No. Alright. Chicken legs are out. Oh, it makes you shaky. I'm definitely toast. Alright. FTP 199. I had held on for 8 seconds into 280 watts, and my new FTP was 199. But Bernie had managed to hold on just a few seconds longer and get himself an FTP of 200. He had beaten me by just 1. So the data is in, but what does it mean? It means that every single race against Bernie is going to be a knife fight. It means I need to get smarter and not just stronger. My E-rank journey just got a whole lot more complicated. And heading into the next episode, we'd be tied with 1-1 and we would take on our biggest challenge yet. The Alp de Zwift.
Oh my
Look
god.
at it!